Okay, so this Yarn Scout Friday, the suggestion comes from, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, I think we've had one from them before, Suo Acrylic from Instagram, and it's for a mini coin purse. And this is what I came up with, this really cute little coin purse with a bit of a festive theme, but you could also use this for stitch markers or little chocolate treats, whatever you want. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so for this tutorial I've gone with some festive colours. Too early? I don't know. Red and green. And this is a DK weight yarn, so that's a light worsted weight yarn. Yarn weight of 3, but you can use any yarn that you like, so it's absolutely fine. A thicker yarn will make a bigger bag and a thinner yarn will make a smaller bag. And with that I'm using a 3mm crochet hook, and you're also going to need a pair of scissors, a yarn tapestry needle as well, and also a little bit of ribbon if you have some handy. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start off with the red, I think. So whatever colour you'd like on the bottom of the little bag. And we're going to do a little slip knot to begin. And we're going to work a chain 4 loop. But you can also do a magic ring as well. So we're going to do a chain 4 loop. It's chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put our hook into our first chain, bring the yarn through, and then bring it through the loop on your hook, and you've got a little loop of chains. And into there we're going to work 12 double crochets. This pattern's in US terminology, so in UK terms that's going to be trebles, but we're going to do a little chain 1 to begin. Then we yarn over for a double crochet. We're going to go into the center of our loop. Be careful not to go into that first chain, which looks bigger. Go into the center, then just wrapping it around the chains, we're going to work a double crochet. Okay. And we want 12 of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 11, and one more, 12. Okay, and if you've carried your tail end, you should be able to pull on that and it will bring in the center hole slightly. If not, you can just sew that closed if it's too big. But then we're going to slip stitch into our first double crochet that we made. So just slip stitch into there. So that's the end of round 1. So we should have a stitch count of 12. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little chain 1. We don't count that as a stitch. And we're just going to yarn over, going back into the same stitch we just slip stitched into. Going to work 2 double crochet, or 2 trebles in UK terms. 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. And we're going to work 2 double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so you want 2 double crochet, 2 stitches in each. So 2 in the next stitch, and 2 in the next stitch, and so on, until your stitch count doubles to 24. Okay, just coming up to the end, ending on 2 double crochet in there as well. 1 and 2. And then we just slip stitch in our first double crochet, our first double crochet we made. Just slip stitch into there. Okay, so you should have a stitch count of 24 by the end of that round, and we're going to do one more increase round. So we're going to start off with a chain 1, and then going back into the same double crochet we just slip stitch into, we just do 1 double crochet, just 1 by itself. Then in the next stitch we do an increase of 2 double crochet. 1 and 2, so 2 in the same stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way around, doing 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. 1 and 2. So repeat that pattern all the way around. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, until you've got a stitch count of 36. Okay, you should end on a 2 double crochet. So I shall do that, then I shall come back. 1 and 2. Okay, just coming up to the end, got 2 stitches left, so next stitch, 1 by itself, 1 double crochet, and ending the last stitch, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Then we just slip stitch into our first double crochet that we made. And that is the end of round 3, and that's the size of our little coin purse. So this is the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our next colour, because it's nice to use 2 colours because this creates a little wavy pattern. You can just do it all in 1 colour though if you prefer. So we're going to get our green and going to just yarn over with our green and bring that through the loop on our hook. Let's pull our tail ends to tighten, and now we're working with our green. And we're not going to count that as a stitch, that tiny chain one, because it's so small. What we're going to do now though is we're going to chain 2, and we're going to count that as a double crochet. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to go back into the same stitch we slip stitched into and work a double crochet. So it's like we've got 2 double crochet in there. Okay. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then we're going to double crochet 2 together, and we're going to do that twice. So to double crochet 2 together, we yarn over, go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, but stop, yarn over again, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops, then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that double crochets 2 stitches together. And we're going to do that again, so we want to do that twice. So again, yarn over, next stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, next stitch, pull through 2, pull through all 3. And now we've double crocheted 2 together, and we've done that twice. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3. Sorry, there's something moving in the background then, scared me. It's that time of year. So 1 double crochet in the next 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 2 double crochet, so an increase in the next stitch. 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, so that's the beginning. Looks something like this. Then we're going to do the pattern repeat. So in the next stitch, we're going to do another 2 double crochet. 2 double crochet, and I'll put the written pattern of this on my website as soon as possible. So 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we double crochet 2 together twice, just like we did over here. So double crochet the next 2 together. Then double crochet the next 2 together. Then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we end on an increase of 2 double crochet. So that's the end of the first pattern repeat. 2 double crochet, and we're going to do that one more time, that pattern repeat. So we start with 2 double crochet. Again, 1 and 2. Then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 1 double crochet in the next 3. Then we double crochet 2 together, and we do that twice. So double crochet the next 2 together. Double crochet the next 2 together, and we just do that twice. Okay, then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3. We should have 4 stitches left. So 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. which leaves us with 1 stitch, and we end on that 2 double crochet, which meets up with our first 2 double crochet, even though the first one's 2 chains. Okay, then what we want to do is we want to slip stitch in at the top of those 2 chains, just as neatly as you can. So not in the double crochet, in the actual second chain. Okay, so slip stitch into there. Okay, so you've got something that looks like that, and you start getting this kind of triangle shape to the little bag. And we're going to repeat that. Pattern up to round 9, but I'm going to swap colours every 2 rows. So the next row I'm going to do another green row. So I'll show you one more time. So we start off with a chain 2, then we do 1 double crochet in the same stitch we slip stitched into. Now that's that 2 chains. We need to go back into that 2 chain, top of the 2 chain. Okay, so double crochet in there, and that counts as our first 2 double crochet. Then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3. You should remember the pattern by now. 1, 2, and 3. Then can you remember? Double crochet 2 together. So we're going to double crochet the next 2 together. I'm going to do that twice. So double crochet those 2 together and double crochet the next 2 together. Okay, then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we end on the 2 double crochet increase, 2 in the same stitch, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. So that's our pattern repeat. Okay, so then we would go straight into 2 double crochet, then we do 1 double crochet in the next 3, double crochet 2 together twice, 1 double crochet in the next 3, ending on 2 double crochet. So we always start with a 2 double crochet. And basically what we're going to do is repeat this pattern for another, so this is rounds 4 and 5, so it's rounds 4 and 5 are going to be in green, 6 and 7 I'm going to change to red, then 8 and 9 will come back to green. So I'm going to do that. So this is rounds 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9. Okay, and you're just repeating that pattern repeat. So I'm going to do that, then I'm going to come back. Okay. Okay, so just coming up to the very last pattern repeat on round 9. So again, 2 double crochet. We always start with 2 double crochet. Then 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we double crochet 2 together twice. Pull through 2, pull through all 3. Do that one more time. Pull through 2, pull through all 3. Then 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3, and we've got 1 stitch left for our last 2 double crochet. Okay, so you can see that I've changed colour every 2 rows, and then I'm just going to slip stitch in that chain 2, top of that chain 2, as neatly as you can, which this one is a little bit small. If it's easier, you can use chain 3. I like chain 2 because it's a little bit tighter. It may depend on the yarn you're using, actually. If it's a really thin yarn, then maybe chain 3 is better. And if I was joining the new colour, I'll show you that for the next round, actually. But you can see that I have changed colour every 2 rows, and it should look something like this. And it should have this kind of like little triangle shape and this lovely wavy pattern. And all we're going to do now is we're going to swap back to the opposite colour. So I'm actually going to grab my scissors and cut the green. I'm getting tangled. And we're going to swap back to the red. And every time I've changed colour, what I've done is just join with a little chain 1. And then I've done my chain 2. So I haven't really counted that as a stitch at all. Okay, so now we're working with the red again, and we're just going to finish up by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4, then we're going to skip 2. So we're going to skip the next stitch, skip the next stitch. We're going to slip stitch in the next stitch. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that all the way around. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip 2. Slip stitch in the next stitch. Okay, so just repeat that all the way around. Chain 4, skip 2, 1, 2, and slip stitch. Okay, just coming up to the end, the last chain 4, 2, 3, and 4, and we're just going to finish by slip stitching in our first, that chain 2 right at the beginning. Slip stitch in there, and then we're going to slip stitch in that first chain 4 space. So just slip stitch into that huge chain 4 space. Okay, and then the very final round, we're just going to do a little chain 1. I don't count that as a stitch. And in that same first chain 4 space, we're going to do 3 single crochet. So just wrap it around the chains. 1, 2, and 3. So in UK terms, these are double crochets, just 3 single crochet. We're going to repeat that all the way around. We're going to go straight into the next chain 4 space and do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then again, 3 single crochet in the next chain 4 space. And we're going to repeat that all the way around, just working 3 single crochet in each chain 4 space around back to the beginning. Okay, just at the last chain 4 space, again 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll just slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made to finish, and that's it. That's our little coin purse finished. So we can cut our yarn, pull that through, then we just need to hide our tail ends a bit. So I'm going to neaten up my tail ends, and then I'll show you how to add the ribbon. Okay, so to add the ribbon, you can pretty much use any size ribbon as long as it fits through the little chain 4 spaces. And you could also use a glittery yarn or a crocheted strap of a row of chains, for example. But what we want to do is we want to make sure we start by going to the back, to the inside. And I'm just going to leave a little bit loose on the outside. Then we go into the next one from the back. To do that all the way around, then go to the inside, then go to the outside, all the way around. Probably just feed it through manually actually. And coming up to the last 2, you should have the exact amount where you end up on the outside again, like that. And then you can just pull your ribbon or whatever you've used, and you've got a really adorable little festive coin purse. And you could add anything to this, not just coins. You could use it for stitch markers, you could use it for even little festive treats. This is not sponsored by Kit Kat at all. You could put in a couple of like little treats, chocolate treats, and then hang that up on the tree, something like that. But there we go, that's our tiny cute little coin purse. I really hope you've managed to follow along. Anyway, a huge thank you as always to our Happy Berry Plus followers for helping make these tutorials possible, and also a huge thank you to our first Golden Skein YouTube channel membership member for helping make this possible too. So a huge shout out to you as well. But I will see you soon for some more crochet crafting fun, and don't forget the written version will be on our website along with 400 plus other free written crochet patterns as well as some really wonderful ebooks. Do go check those out. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Beep 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 beep.